Elden Ring, we're back in the magical world of Dark Souls open world with the 1.07 update. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So yeah, we have a brand new fresh update that kind of focuses a bit more on the PvP element of it. We're prioritizing quality as apparently, again, like with every update, they note that there are performance improvements. I actually think it seems a little more kind of, I don't know, a little less performance-like in some areas that I've been in as I've been roaming around. But, you know, if we switch over to the performance mode, it actually seems to be quite smooth. At least I think so. Quite smooth, quite visually vibrant and stuff. But we were noticing improvements and great leaps and bounds over the last few updates in regards to the loading time and just how good quality mode actually plays, especially if you have a VRR enabled screen, so a variable refresh rate screen. You're getting that. So they've added separate damage scaling for PvP, and we're going to be just kind of going across different areas of the world so you can see what the performance is like and get an idea of things alongside what the patch notes are. So the feature allows separate damage scaling for weapons, skills, spells, and incantations when playing against other players. In the future, this feature may be used to balance weapons, art, spell, and incantation in invading/PvP mode. Balance adjustments made within this feature will not impact single player and cooperative play. Cool. PvP exclusive balance adjustments. The adjustments in this section do not affect single player or cooperative play. Increased stamina attack power in PvP for all attacks against guarded foes except for the long-ranged weapons. Improved pose damage in PvP for every weapon's normal attack except for skills and long-ranged weapons. Ooh, that hurt. Just kidding. With a few exceptions, the power of Ashes of War in PvP has been lowered across the board. The power of incantations in PvP has been decreased, including the following: Dragonfire, Akil's Flame, Glintstone Breath, Smamrog's Glintstone Breath, Rotten Breath, Ezekiel's Decay, Dragon Ice, Borealis' Mist, and the Unendurable Frenzy. So if you're using those in PvP, haha. General balance adjustments. So this affects both PvE and PvE elements of the game. I keep jumping off when I really want to kind of pick up speed, if that makes sense. Oh, it's B. Okay, there we go. Yeah, increased poise damage when using two-handed normal attacks. Increase the speed of some colossal sword attacks. The speed and hit detection of the colossal sword, crouching, and rolling attacks has been decreased. Increase the speed of colossal weapon attacks, some of them. Decreased the recovery time for the colossal swords and colossal weapons except for jump attacks, dual-wielded attacks, and attacks while riding. Increased poise damage of hammers, great hammers, and some colossal weapons. Increased guard penetration of the following weapons: the Celebrante's Sickle, the Nox Flowing Sword, Shotel, Eclipse Shotel, Vulgar Milita Shotel, Scythe, Grave Scythe, Halo Scythe, Winged Scythe. And the poise rating of some attacks has been increased for the following weapons: great swords, colossal swords, curved great swords, great axes, great hammers, great spears, and halberds. With some exceptions, poise of all armor has been increased. The effects of the great shield talisman and hammer talisman have been increased. I kind of wanted to stab this dude. Oh, feeling a little bit of hostility from this guy. Some effects of the Scholar Shield, the Barricade Shield, and the Shield Grease item have been adjusted as follows. The effects of on shields with low guard boost have been adjusted upward. The effects on shields with high guard boost have been adjusted downward. The guard strength of the Fingerprint Stone Shield has been decreased. Decrease the status buildup done by dual-wielded weapons. Balance adjustments for magic and incantations. Upward adjustments. Glintstone Pebble / Shard Spiral. Increased attack power. Oh, I'm going to get you. Look at this guy. I thought he could come up here and cause some problems for me. Lightning Spear / Flame Sling. Increase attack power when charged. Rejection / Wrath of Gold / Black Flame. Increase stamina attack power against guarded enemies. Crystal Burst / Triple Rings of Light. Increase casting speed. Assassin's Approach / Law of Casuality. Extended effect time. Glintstone Ice Rag / Freezing Mist / Frozen Armament. Increase frostbite status buildup. Whoa! Poison Mist / Poison Ornament. Increased frostbite buildup status. Okay, guys, really? I gotta say though, overall, this game has gotten a lot easier with these upgrades over time. Just wanna put that out there compared to what I had to deal with at launch. So we talked about the poison mist. Okay, this is a decreased FP consumption for the following: glintstone arc, glint blade phalanx, carrion phalanx, great blade phalanx, magic downpour, Loretta's great bow, Loretta's mastery, Ronaldo's full moon, Randy's dark moon, ambush shard, night shard, unseen blade, rolling magma, Rykard's rancor, darkness, Elden stars, lightning strike, land 6 glaive, death lightning, giant's flame take thee, that's funny, blood flame talons, unendurable frenzy, and Grey Rolls roar, rar. Glintstone Star / Magma Shot / Blood Boon, decreased FP consumption and increased attack power. Aspects of the Crucible Tail, aspects of the Crucible Horn, Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear, Vortisak's Lightning Spear, Flame Far Away Upon Them, decreased FP consumption and increased stamina against guarded enemies. So we're going to take a little bit of a fast travel route so that we can show off the most demanding part of the game, because this is where performance gets hit the most. So we always do this, and it shows off the loading times, which, in my opinion, are so fast now. They are immensely fast on the platform, which is such a good thing. What way am I kind of looking here? Because I want to want to head outwards. Yeah, I think this is the correct way. Yes, okay, let's go. Doesn't matter, we can always change direction anyways later. So, Glintstone Comet Shard, Comet, Cannon of Hama, and Carrion Greatsword, decreased FP consumption, increased attack power, and stamina attack power against guarded enemies. Rancor Call / Ancient Death Rancor, decreased FP consumption, and extended the lifespan of all vengeful spirits. Briars of Sin / Briars of Punishment, decrease the FP consumption and increase the blood loss status build up on enemies. Increase casting spell. Okay, so we need to center this a little bit more so that we're not kind of going off into the side there, if that makes sense. The Gavel of Hama, reduced FP and stamina consumption, increased stamina attack power against guards, and the power of the hammer portion of the attack. Shatter Earth, reduced FP consumption, increased poise damage, and stamina attack against guards. Increased the certain portions of the spell's hitbox, and the shortened recovery time. Rock Blaster, reduced FP consumption, increased poise damage, and stamina attack power against guards. Increased certain portions of the spell's hitbox. Starlight, reduced FP consumption, and extended the duration of the effect. Stars of Ruin, reduced FP and stamina consumption, increased power when charged. Whoa, one of those guys. Founding Rain of Stars, reduced FP and stamina consumption, shortened time before damage is dealt, extended the range of the star rain. Magic Glint Blade, increased poise damage, attack power, and stamina attack power against guarded enemies when charged. The Carrion Piercer, reduced FP consumption, increased attack power, and stamina attack power against guarded enemies, shortened the recovery time. Adula's Moonblade, reduced FP consumption, increased stamina attack power, and frostbite stats build up against guarded enemies with the sword's slash portion. There are a lot of these. Gelmer's Fury, reduced FP consumption, increased attack power, increased casting spell, and shortened recovery time. Adjusted the direction of lava projectiles to make it easier to hit enemies in front of the spell. Increase the damage dealt by the first part of the spell, and greatly increase the ability to stagger enemies. Zamor Ice Storm, increased attack power and frostbite status buildup. Increased casting speed and shortened recovery time. Shattering Crystal, reduced FP and stamina consumption. Increased poise damage and stamina attack power against guarding enemies. Increased power when charged. Increased casting spell. Crystal Release, reduced FP consumption. Increased poise damage and stamina attack power against guarded enemies. Increase the casting spell speed, and shortened the recovery time. Increased attack range. Adjusted the poise, increased timing during activation. Oracle Bubbles can now be used while in motion. Streamlined attack range and increased attack power when charged. Extended the time it takes for the bubble to burst when not charged. Damage hitbox has been adjusted to be larger against players. Reduce the number of projectiles that can appear at the same time. I actually think the performance in the lakes is actually really, really good with this update as well. It actually seems to be, in my opinion, pretty smooth, all things considered. You know, maybe like a thing here or there, but this is still not bad at all. Great Oracle Bubble can now be used in motion. Increased attack power, increased tracking performance, increased stamina power against guarded enemies. Explosive Ghost Flame. Increased attack power and stamina power against guarding enemies. Increased frostbite status buildup of the explosion. Range of the residual flame has been slightly increased. Damage detection time has been reduced. Tibia Summons. Reduced FP consumption, increased attack power. Increased casting speed, reduced recovery time. Discus of Light. Reduced FP and stamina consumption. Increased the range, speed, and duration of the halo. Increased casting speed. Radagon's Rings of Light, reduced FP consumption and recovery time. Frozen Lightning Spear, reduced FP consumption, increased the frostbite status buildup. Oh, doesn't that just look majestic? Yep. Flame of the Fell God, reduced the FP consumption, increased stamina attack power against guarded enemies, increased attack power when charged, shortened damage detection of the residual fire. Whirl o' Flame, reduced FP consumption, increased stamina attack power against guarding enemies, increased ability to stagger enemies. Burn o' Flame, reduced FP consumption, shorten the time it takes for the flame pillar to be generated. If you're a mage, you got like a serious buffing with this, this is part of this update. It's actually kind of amazing. So we're gonna switch over to show off the performance mode, just so you can see that kind of how it's looking here on the way back. Scouring Black Flame, increased stamina attack power against guarding enemies, and increased poise damage when charged. Noble Presence, increased stamina consumption, and increased stamina attack power against guarded enemies. Shortened recovery time. Beast Claw, increased the range of the shockwave. Grang's Beast Claw, added a hitbox to the first part of the spell, increased attack power when charged. Stone of Grank, reduced stamina consumption, increased attack power and stamina power attack against guarding enemies. Extended the impact area of projectiles. Scarlet Aonoa, reduced FP consumption, increased attack power, poise damage, and stamina attack power against guarding enemies. Landing attack range has been increased and its recovery time decreased. Adjusted the poise increased time during activation. Frenzied Burst, increased poise damage and attack power when charged. Howl of Shabiri, extended duration of the effect that increases attack power and lowers defensive power. Inescapable Fury, reduced FP and stamina consumption, shortened recovery time. Increased grapple range. Dragon Claw, reduced FP consumption, increased stamina attack power against guarding enemies, improved directional control. Dragon Maw, reduced FP consumption, increased stamina power against guarding enemies. The hitbox around the dragon's neck has been enlarged to make it easier to hit enemies at close range. Wow, because that needed more power. Upward and downward adjustments. Black Blade, reduced stamina consumption, improved tuning performance, and shortened recovery time. The sword and the wave attack have been changed so they hit at the same time. Attack power and stamina power and poise damage of each part has been decreased. Decrease the number of times the wave hits part hits large enemies. Bestial Sling, reduce the stone fragment scatter randomness, increase the stamina attack power against guarding enemies. Reduced between 2 hits and adjusted the detection so that 2 hits are always made at close range. Decreased poise damage. Oh, hello there. Oh, that thing's got some moves. Wow. That's impressive. So, downward adjustments. Rotten Breath / Ezekiel's Decay, reduce Scarlet Rot status effect buildup. Okay, we got a little off track there. Okay, so we going this way? I think we're kind of going this direction. Balance adjustment of skills. Upward adjustments. Glintstone, Pebble, Surge of Faith, Goldbreaker, Regals, Beastclaw, Nebulas, Bastard Stars, Sacred Phalanx, increased attack power. Sword Dance, Vow of the Indomitable, Ichoid's Dancing Blade, reduce the delay between the various actions such as using items or attack animations and being able to perform the skill. Sacred Order, Shared Order, Soul Stifler, Knowledge Above All, Barricade Shield, extended the effect time. Yeah, okay. Actually running out of area to go through. Taker's Flames, Mikelia's Ring of Light, added damage detection to the weapon part. Prayerful Strike, ow, / Great Serpent Hunt, increased power and poise damage. Wild Strikes / Great Serpent Hunt, increased power and poise damage. Wild Strikes / Spinning Strikes, shorten the time between various actions and the activation of the skills, slightly increase the attack power. Ground Slam / Golden Slam / Erdtream Slam, reduce the time between using the skill and being able to roll, increase attack power. Stamp Upward Cut, Stamp Sweep, reduce the delay between the end of various actions such as using items or an attack animation and being able to perform the skill. Increased attack power, reduce the timing between the end of the skill and performing other actions other than the strong attack. Impaling Thrust, increased motion speed and attack power, reduce the delay between the end of actions, such as using items or attack animations and being able to perform the skill. Reduce the timing between the end of the skill and being able to go out and attack and roll. We are literally at the end of this thing. Okay, what's another good spot where I'm not going to get absolutely mulched by things as I go about showing it off? This spot, okay. So we've got the Piercing Fang, increased motion, speed, attack power, and poise damage. Reduce the delay. Reduce the delay between the end of various actions using items, attack animations, and being able to perform the skill. And reduce the timing between the end of the skill and being able to attack and roll. Seems to be a lot of, like, allowing you to do, you know, certain things easier is the biggest thing, or perform more stuff. Spinning Slash, increased poise damage against enemies when used with the following weapons: Greatsword, Curved Greatsword, Twin Blade, Great Axe, Spear, Great Spear, Halberd, and Reaper. Charge Forth, increased directional control and motion speed, reduce the delay between the end of actions, again being able to do stuff, move, and perform the skills, just like all the other ones. Blood Tax, increased motion speed and attack power, increased HP deprivation skill, reduce the delay between the end of actions and the ability to perform the skill, same as usual. Repealing Thrust, increased motion speed, reduce the delay between the end of actions. Giant Hunt, increased poise damage, reduce the delay between the end of... Okay, we're just going to do reduce the delay between the end of actions. This is basically a repetitive thing for a lot of these. Loretta's Slash, increased poise damage for the first attack and reduced the delay. Poison Mothflight, increased poison status buildup and its power against poison enemies, increase the duration and damage of poison, and again reduce the delay speed. Stormcaller, increased motion speed, attack power, and poise damage, increased skill size and poison damage. Sacred Blade, increased motion speed and range of the blade, added damage detection to the weapon part, increased speed or effect duration and attack power that gives the weapon holy power. The Bloody Slash, increased status buildup and attack power, reduce the delay between the end of actions, such as using animations and being able to perform the skill. There are a lot of these. Lifesteal Fist, increased motion speed and attack power, increased attack range against other players, reduce the delay between the end of actions, again. Eruption, increase the range and duration of lava, added the hitbox or a hitbox to the part of the attack where the weapon is slammed, fix the timing of the poise, increased during activation. Okay, I don't want to send myself off a cliff here. Gravitas, increased poise during the casting. I feel like I'm gonna fall off somewhere. What is a good little spot that we can go to? All these places are really, really deadly areas where everything kind of like is a lot of death. Stormblade, increased motion speed and range of the blade, added a damage detection to the weapon part, reduced the delay. Flaming Strike, increase the attack power, increased duration of attack power that grants the weapon a fire attribute, and again reduced, you know, the delay thing. A Crystal Bud. Oh. That's nice. I'm glad I came across that. Lightning Slash, increased duration attack power that grants the weapon the lightning attribute, reduce the delay, and reduce the delay between using the skill and being able to attack. That's a little different for you. Vacuum Slice, increased motion speed and range of the blade, reduced FP consumption, added damage detection to the weapon part. Sacred Ring of Light, Increased range and speed of the projectile halo has been increased. Added damage detection to the weapon part. Bloodblade, increased power. Is this? Yeah, no, this is good, I think, right? We're up at the top here. Yeah. No, this makes sense. So Bloodblade, increased power, added damage detection, and again, reduce the delay. Phantom Slash, improved directional control, and again, reduce the delay. Spectral Lance, increased attack power, reduced long-range damage, fall off. Chilling Mist, increased motion speed, increased the duration of the weapon's frostbite effect. Poisonous Mist, increased motion speed, increased the duration of the weapon's poison effect. Shield Bash, increased stamina, attack power against guarded enemies. Enchanted Shot, increased arrow speed. Kick, increased poise damage and stamina, attack power against guarding enemies. Crag Blade, increased effect duration, increased attack power, poise damage, and stamina attack against guarding enemies. Is this the biggest update list they've ever done? I think so. Warcry, extended effect duration. Reduced the delay between the end. The power of strong attacks has been increased in the following weapons. Straight Sword, Curved Sword, Katana, Axe, Hammer, Flail, Spear, Great Spear, Halberd, Reaper, Fist one-handed, Claw one-handed. Troll's Roar, increased attack power. Fix the timing of the poise increase during activation. Oh, what are these things? These are just goats? They're just goats. Bruggert's Roar, extended the duration of the effect, increased attack power, and defense and stamina recovery speed. Endure, extended the effect duration, added an effect that prevents stagger caused by blood loss and frostbite status effects. Extended effect duration, reduce the time between skill activation and being able to perform actions other than attacking. Holy Ground, increased HP recovery amount. Raptor of the Mists, reduced FP consumption. Flame Spit, improved projectile range. Tongues of Fire, reduced stamina consumption. Great Ocular Blade, Oracular Blade? Bubble. Oh, Bubble. Oh. Extended the amount of time that the large bubble stays in place. Tracking performance and range of large bubbles has been improved. Viper Bite, increased attack power and poison status buildup. Extended the poison effect duration and increased damage caused by poison. Moonlight Greatsword, reduced the stamina consumption for strong and charged attacks. Added damage detection to the weapon part. Moonlight Greatsword, reduced stamina consumption for strong and charged attacks. Added damage detection to the weapon part. Celeria's Woe, increased motion speed, attack power, and poise during activation. Added damage detection to the weapon part. The projectile now penetrates enemies and some objects when charged. Is this thing dead yet? Jeez. Reduvia's Bloodblade, increased attack power. Added damage detection to the weapon part. You guys are still causing problems. Glintstone Dart, increased range and speed and attack power of magic attacks. Magic attacks now penetrate enemies when not charged. There we go. Now he's dead. Easy. Night and Flame Stance, increased attack power. The attack direction may now be adjusted up and down when using a normal attack. Added damage detection to the weapon part. Ruinous Ghost Flame, increased the duration, attack power, and poise damage to give the effect of a weapon a magic attribute. Shortened the time between various actions and the activation of the skill. Reduced time between the skill activation and being able to perform actions. Spear Call Ritual, increased attack power, reduced damage detection time. Wolf's Assault, increased poise during the casting. Thundercloud Form, increased directional control. Regal Roar, extended effect duration, reduced the time between strong attacks while under the effect, reduced time between the skill activation and the ability to perform actions. Blade of Death, increased effect duration that reduces maximum HP. Destined Death, increased motion speed, extended the duration effect that reduces HP. Alabaster's Lord's Pull, increased attack power, increased poise during casting. Onyx Lord's Repulsion, increased repelling effect power, increased poise during casting. Oath of Vengeance, extended effect, added an effect that prevents stagger caused by blood loss and frostbite status effects. Ice Lightning Sword, increased weapon attack power, increased the duration attack power of the effect that grants a weapon the lightning attribute, reduced time between skill activation and being able to perform actions. I guess we're still trudging on. Claw Flick, increased attack power, increased poise damage of the finger expansion. Golden Tempering, added a timing for interrupting the attack during the series of strong attacks while under the effect. Increase strong attack motion speed, the poise damage, and stamina effect against guarding enemies during the effect. Increase the duration and attack power of the effect that grants weapons a holy attribute. Reduce time between the skill activation and being able to perform actions. Oh no. Woo! That was not my best jump. That is for sure. Okay, where are we now? We've fallen down. Not the best of scenarios. Okay, let's go over here, I guess. Last rites, increased effect duration, increased attack power, effect against those who live in death has been revised upwards. I was kind of hoping I'd be at the top of this thing. You know what I mean? Maybe the Lux Ruins. Unblockable Blade, reduced FP consumption, increased motion speed. Loretta's Slash, Loretta's War Sickle, and Ash of War, increased attack power, increased damage of the first attack, increased poise damage. Okay. The Corpse Wax Cutter, increased FP consumption, increased motion speed, range, and speed of the blade, added damage detection to the weapon part. Zamor Ice Storm, increased attack power to weapon part. Dynast's Finesse, the directional control of the follow-up of strong attack has been improved. Death's Flare, increased the duration attack power of the effect granted the weapon with a holy attribute. Ooh. Magma Guillotine, increased poise damage and stamina attack power against guarding enemies for the first attack. Slightly increased the attack power of the Corpse Piler? Corpse Piler. Blood Blade Dance, added damage detection immediately after activating the skill. Devourer of Worlds, increased poise damage. Familiar Rancor, increased range of the vengeful spirits that chase down foes. Rosal Summons, increased motion speed. Thunderstorm, increased motion speed, increased the duration attack power that affects the grants the weapon and lightning attribute. Unblockable Blade, increased attack power, reduced the time between the skill activation and being able to perform actions. Or Dolvis's Vortex, increased attack power, motion speed, and poise damage, increased poise during casting, reduce the delay between the end of various actions, attack animations, and blah blah blah, so same as usual. And there's more. What? Just a few more. Upward and downward adjustments, Barbaric Roar, extended effect duration, reduce the time between using the skill and performing various actions, increase strong attack power when using claw or fist weapons during the effect, reduce strong attack power when using the twin blade effect during the effect, weapons during the effect. Downward adjustments, Shield Crash, reduce the amount of startup build-up when used weapons that have effects status. Seppuku, increased damage taken upon activation, reduce the blades or the bleed status effect granted to the weapons. Blood Balloon Ritual, reduce the range of damageable or damage animation trigger on players. Damage is unchanged. So this is where we get to a few quick ones. So we're just gonna park it here and show off the beauty of the fiery trees and stuff like that with the frame rate. So they added a process to remove Ash of War from weapons that cannot normally be combined with certain Ashes of War, fixed a bug that prevented users from obtaining items such as Grey Runes, Crystal Tears, Cracked Pots, Ritual Pots, when the number of items in the inventory and storage had reached the maximum amount. Fixed a bug that prevented users from obtaining Crystal Tear. If you fail to obtain the tier, it will automatically be added to your inventory. Adjusted player control when under certain damage animations. Fixed a bug that prevented charges from incantations while casting them with a left-handed Sacred Seal in midair. Fixed a bug that prevented performing a normal attack from a dash immediately after landing a jump with a weapon that's two-handed. Fixed a bug where various action inputs were ignored and changing weapons while moving. Corrected the description of the Colossal Sword's physical attack attribute. Fixed a bug where timing to change the attack direction was narrower than expected for some attacks with great axes. Fixed the bug where the attack direction could not be charged when performing a charged attack with the Ruin's Greatsword weapon. Fixed a bug where the Highlands axe effect was not applied to the skill Shriek of Milos. Fixed a bug where the effects of the Warrior Jar Shard and the Shard of Alexander were not applied to the skill Sorcerer of Crozier. Fixed a bug where the effect of Roar Medallion was not applied to the Regal Roar Ash of War. Fixed a bug where the skill Viper Bite could inflict poison instead of deadly poison. That's funny. Fixed a bug where the range of one of 3 rocks was longer than expected when casting spell Rock Sling with a left-handed staff. Fixed a bug where recovery time after casting Beast Claw could not be shortened by magic or incantations. Fixed a bug where when attacking an enemy who could not be grabbed by the incantation Inescapable Frenzy, the attack will be repelled if the enemy is holding a shield. Fixed a bug where HP or FP could be recovered when changing equipment to certain types of armor under certain circumstances. Fixed a bug that could cause death and the result in the player becoming stuck in some locations. Fixed some terrain bugs. Fixed a bug where the rendering and collision detection of some maps were different than expected. Fixed a bug where bolts fired from the hand ballista weapon were different than expected. Fixed a bug where bolts fired with the hand ballista weapon missed the lock-on when the game was running at a frame rate below a certain level. Fixed a bug that could prevent online multiplayer from working properly for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Several other performance improvements and bug fixes. Yeah.